I believe that would be better if it's recorded.
Yes, yes. So I think I'm recording now, so we can proceed. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone who is present here today. I appreciate the time that you have invested in being here. I mean, you guys have other things you could do with your time, but then you decided to make it to this meeting, and I'm so, so grateful for that. Thank you all very much. And then I don't want to be repeating things because the last time I did a presentation, and I don't know how many of us here were able to attend the last meeting. I think I would like to ask so that it will inform my decision on whether to make that presentation again, or we should just proceed with the new topics we have on the table. So please, if you attended the previous meeting and you participated in that presentation, kindly give a reaction, like a thumbs up or something. If you saw my previous presentation in our last meeting, kindly give a thumbs up. Okay, so no one was present. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay. Someone says he was in the meeting. Okay, so just one person. All right, let me do the introduction again then. I'll just do a quick walkover on that introduction so that we all can be on the same page. I'll share my screen now. Okay. Okay. All right. So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Rachel Lawrence, and I'm the CEO of Work and Study Beyond Borders. And I'll be talking about something that's real, how qualified Nigerians can go to work as truck drivers and mechanics in Germany through a process that's honest and transparent from start to finish. So like I said earlier, I'll try to finish up this presentation in 20 minutes or at most 25 minutes so that we can leave the other 15 minutes for questions. Paul Henry, your hand is raised. Do you have a question?
Sorry, I don't have any question. I was trying when we were asking of those who will attend the last meeting. I think that is when I was looking for the thumbs up thing and stuff.
Oh,
I don't have any question, man. You can proceed, man.
okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so this is how we are going to proceed for this brief introductory session. We'll start with who we are, and then we'll look at why Germany specifically needs drivers and mechanics right now. And then from there, we will cover the actual roles and pay, who qualifies, the documents and training involved. And then finally, we'll discuss the fees, timelines, and how to register. So please stay with us till the end, and so that you can see how to progress with your application. Work and Study Beyond Borders connects skilled Nigerians with verified employers in Germany and beyond. We started this because we kept seeing good and capable people get burned by agencies that disappear with their money. And that is exactly why our model is built in a way that that there is no upfront fee. And then you will also see what that means in the slides coming. However, I would like to also state that not all of our programs actually have a zero upfront fee. It actually depends on the partners that we work with. We try as best as possible to encourage our partners to accept the no upfront fee. However, that decision still depends on them. So this isn't a made-up opportunity. Germany has over 120,000 on-field driver positions, and almost a third of their current drivers are already past 50 years of age. So this shortage isn't going away anytime soon. The demand for professional drivers is growing. It jumped between 288% between 2019 and 2024. And there are over 163 occupations officially recognized as shortage professions. So we are not selling dreams here. What we are selling are real data, real statistics that speak for themselves. Whether you're a truck driver or a mechanic, the requirements and the fees are exactly the same. Drivers handle long-haul and regional freights for Germany employers, and while mechanics maintain and repair the same trucks. They conduct diagnostic checks, servicing, roadworthiness checks, and the rest of those. So both come with permanent full-time contracts and salaries that range from 2,500 euros up to 3,800 euros a month, depending on your experience and the employer. So let's be honest about what is required, because this is where people should know exactly where they stand. You need a valid Class C or CE truck driving license. The C and the CE driving license are the categories that are being used in Germany. Over here in Nigeria, this translates to Class G. Sorry, can everyone please stay muted? At least for now. We'll open the floor to question and answers shortly after now. Thank you. So for Nigeria, the Class C truck driving license will translate to a Class G, which is for heavy duty vehicles and the rest of those. So you need at least 2 years of professional experience in heavy goods vehicle driving, good English, and this has to, and maybe a basic language level for German. However, that's not one of the basic requirements for this role, because you can still qualify for this role without having any German language proficiency. However, if you do have some, that's a plus for you. So there is a pathway if your employer commits to combined language and driving track lessons. Well, that's dependent on the employer. Some employers do enroll their employee in a language school, and the driving training. But then that, like I said, that is based on the employer. Please, who is speaking? Can you kindly mute, please? Please kindly mute yourself. Thank you. This checklist is specifically for truck driver candidates. Mechanic also have similar version without the license specific items. So start gathering these documents now. For application, we need your CV, your license with a German translation, your passport, a declaration that you have no travel restriction, proof of your work experience and your driving record evidence. We don't really require an evidence of A1, as I said. So that's by the way. And then we also need your police clearance certificate. The license translation and the police clearance usually take the longest time. So you need to start working on those early. And also for the police certificate, it has to be notarized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Of course, that part comes in when we are applying for your visa. And I think also the license has to be notarized as well. So those two documents. And then for the driving card, you know, we've been having that discussion with those of us who was present in the previous meeting we had. It has to be the permanent driving license, not the temporary one. The German government doesn't work with the temporary driving license because sometimes the time frame for the visa issuance can take anywhere between 1 to 3 months. And you know that the temporary license usually have the same time frame before expiration. So the German government feels that sometimes before they can make a decision on your application, your driving license would have already expired. So that's the reason why they do not accept the temporary one. It has to be the permanent ID card. Now, this is the next part. This next part happens after you have already arrived in Germany. So it has nothing to do with getting your visa, like the code 95, the hours of training, and the 6 months, the 6 months validity, and the conversion period for your Germany license. So all of this process takes place in Germany. And your employer will assist you with getting all of this, including our Germany partners who were present here in our last meeting. They also assist you with getting your code 95, and there is another additional driver license. It's called, I think, the CDC. So they assist with getting those documents for you to be able to drive commercially in Germany. All right, so this is the part where things get interesting. We do not ask for an upfront amount except the registration fee of 150 euros that is paid to Work and Study Beyond Borders to open your file and begin your application process. So the remaining 3,411 stays in your bank account. We usually ask for an account statement showing this amount in your account, just to confirm to us that you have the financial capacity to follow through with the process. We don't want a situation where we commence the application process for you, and then when it is time for you to make the milestone payments, and then you say you don't have the money, or that's the time or the point when you're looking for the money. So we ask for a bank statement for yourself or for a sponsor. If someone is sponsoring you, we want to see a bank statement showing that you have this amount ready. So the full number is, or the full amount is 3,561 euros, 150 euros registration fee plus 3,411 held on lien in your account. And that's 3,411 releases in 3 pieces. 500 euros once your contract is signed, 411 euros for the accelerated visa process, and then 2,500 euros once your visa is approved. Nothing moves until the corresponding step actually happens. So laid out as a timeline, this is just exactly how it looks. So just like I explained briefly or just some moments ago, this is how the flow goes: the 150, 500, 411, and then 2,500 euros after you have finally gotten your visa approval. From the day you register to the day your visa is approved, we are typically looking at 1 to 2 months. Registration, screening, matching, contract signing, the accelerated visa process, approval, and then your travel. That's the average time. It's not a guarantee. If your documents are incomplete, it could take longer. And remember, once you land, the license conversion and Code 95 training we just discussed lies ahead. So if anyone is still skeptical, this is the slide I'll point you back to. Your money stays in your account, not ours. There is no lump sum upfront payment for this particular offer, and every single fee is tied to a real verifiable milestone. You have full visibility to exactly where you are at every point in the process, and there is no guessing and no radio silence. Once you register, here's exactly what happens. Okay, so you might be hearing some background noise. That's because today I'm not at my office, I'm at home. So please bear with me if you get to hear any interfering background noise. I'm so sorry about that. Once you register, here is exactly what happens. You submit your documents, we schedule a short screening interview. Sometimes we could ask for a video showing your skills or displaying your trucking skills or your skills with a diesel engine or something.